Here we go. Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Design 264 Pandemic Edition with Avery, episode 2, which is called Desktop Portrait Project. So this is a project that all of the classes are going to be doing in Design 264. It's kind of like a warm-up, welcome back to this new way of being in the world, new way of being a student. So what we're going to do is I transition the whole course over to Canvas, or at least this section of the course I've transitioned over to Canvas. So if you look on Canvas, you'll see I have 2 published modules, as they're called. The first one being Welcome Back, Start Here, and the second one is Week 1, March 23rd through 29. So that's how I'll format it. We'll have Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, Week 4, Week 5, and Week 6, which is like a little baby week, where we'll just look at our final project, which I'll talk about soon, maybe this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. If you all join me on Zoom, I think it'll be super dope. Here we go. So let's look at Canvas. Let's look at this Welcome Back real quick. You guys should be familiar with it. I'm in student view right now, so it looks like what you all will see. All right, so we have the Pandemic Edition course overview. It's all right here. Like everything in the world. Oh my God, I'm gonna freaking call. Who's calling me? I'm declining. Right? Okay. Sorry. So, Pandemic Edition course overview. I'll read it to you. I like to read. Like everything in the world, our course must change and adapt. We will switch to projects that are smaller in scale. You will not, let me say this really clearly. You will not be required or expected to be present for 6 hours plus 6 to 8 hours out of class. I do expect you to do your best, however. So I know you all have totally different circumstances, have different access to computers. Just do your best, and please let me know as soon as you can if you're having issues, if something comes up, if your stay-at-home order affects anything. I'm super flexible, and I'm here to help you all, and we're just gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So the format being for each week, I did it by numbers. So there's a lecture video, 5 to 10 minutes. This is this, right? There's a weekly project assignment that is posted to Canvas. That should take like 1 to 3 hours, depending. Don't take more than that, right? And I'll try and be really specific on how long I think you all should take. And all the due dates will be on Canvas. You'll see in the assignments. C is a couple YouTube videos just to like get some inspiration from. Short reading for inspiration. There's one this week. Some tutorials if they're relevant. I'll try and keep them short. I say 30-ish minutes here. I will use outside sources, but for the most part, I'll try and like make my own or help you out. I think it's just nice. You guys have been listening to my voice all year long, so I think it'll just be nice for me to make some tutorials for you. So when that makes sense. And then a Canvas discussion board. This is where you can, I hope, ask questions about the project, talk about the readings, talk about the YouTube videos, share other links that you all find. I don't know. Let's just see if this works, right? This is kind of like in lieu of the conversation that we have in the class. And then there also will be a discussion board that sort of serves as a critique. So this is like a baby critique, super virtual or solo virtual, where you guys can respond to each other's work. And then finally, on Thursdays in the mornings and the evenings, I'm available for video conferences. I'm trying to make that work in Canvas. Stay with me. I might switch to Calendly, where you guys can schedule that. And then I'll probably use Zoom. If you all have webcams on your computers, can do that. Otherwise, we can use any other type of like chat thing. I can hop onto Google Chat if that works for you. Dope. Okay, so that's it. I just want to show you that there is a PDF version. So if you click there, there's a PDF version if you're all into that. So this is an experiment in teaching and learning. Let's do it together, right? There's flexibility. Just communicate with me. I'm here to help. Let's have fun and figure this out. So here it is all again. Yeah, we're none of that's relevant anymore. We're just the internet. What's up? Okay, I'm closing that. Coming back to Canvas, right? All that's here. Back to home. Maybe you've watched the other video. It's right here, right? Cool. So you guys can enjoy that long-ish content of me stumbling through my words with my baby this morning at like 6:30. And all right, so closing that, coming here to week 1. So all of this is right here. The links, right? I'm trying to keep these the letter system, alphabetical system for y'all. Here's a quick tutorial about screenshots. It's also embedded in other places. But these are the links I really want you to click on, and this is the video that I want you, or sorry, the reading that I want you to do. And then here are the discussions with due dates and points. So the points, the grading for this thing, I'm going to make, like, this project is only 10 points total, 7 points to do the thing, and then 3 points for talking about the thing. So one is talking about, let's see, what is it? 1 point just to kind of like engage in the discussion board, 2 points to respond, critique each other's work, beginning of next week. So episode 2, right? We're filming it right now. Desktop portrait assignment. Let's click on it so you guys can see. So, like I said, all of the classes, all the 264 classes are doing a desktop portrait as a way to kind of acknowledge the reality that we're in right now. We're just staring at computers, trying to get work done, trying to get life done, and also just as a warm-up, a really kind of simple project to just get things going to see if our systems are working. Let me read this to you. And I'm going to read it from our weekly assignment sheet, the PDF. So, desktop portrait project. Desktop portrait, you got it. A desktop is a changing record of visual decisions. It speaks to the aesthetics of a particular workflow and personal space. A desktop exhibits a diagram of your organizational habits, and a screenshot of it captures a brief moment of its functional evolution. The image of your desktop becomes an intimate self-portrait, and the impulse to decode an unfamiliar desktop is unavoidable. So that's from Jason Huff. That's the opening to the Rhizome article that's linked in the Canvas portal thing. So already in that, Jason is talking about like this quality of a desktop portrait, this intimate thing that like captivates and you want to discover more about, right? So there's something to it. It's a very private thing. Like think about when you're walking down the aisle of an airplane and see people with their like privacy like shields on their desktops, right, on that image, because there's a lot of things there that you don't want to share with the world, which is really exciting, right? And fertile territory for making art about, within, adjacent to, in relation to all of that. So it's kind of like a simple assignment, but pretty exciting, and can go lots of different places. So I'm going to wax a little poetic in the rest of this assignment sheet. So it starts with a metaphor that is so integrated in our lexicon that we then develop an entire language within it and extending out of it. It's not an actual desktop, but we still put things on it. It's not a desktop, but we still store our files and folders there. It's not a desktop, but we decided the smaller, portable, lap-fitting version's name would derive from it. The metaphorical system muddies some when we add the windows in Finder, but the image of a corner office with natural light and personal concierge certainly could help a worker suffering through the tyranny of online work. Anyway, or a student suffering through the tyranny of online assignments. Anyway, the initial metaphor has irreversibly infected our way of thinking in relation to our computers, our world. Right now, your computers are your world. Like never before, the computer is the connection, the porter to your family, friends, school, everything and anyone, right? So what does that look like? For the desktop portrait project, you are to share a screenshot of your digital world. You will arrange this portrait to tell a story like a panel cartoon. Will you arrange this portrait to tell a story like a panel cartoon, right? Imagine that, like a comic book. Or will you simply take a snapshot of your current situation, the chaos of your desktop? Will you make a drawing with icons and windows? And are those windows maybe like the internet, windows to the world? Or are those windows maybe like a journal, a window to an interior self? Or maybe they're not windows, but rather walls? And also, remember that you are arranging images, you are collaging graphic ready-mades. Could the Dadaist, postmodernist, or post-internetists that we've looked at earlier in the class inspire some of the decisions you make? So that's why I include this list here, right? So for example, if we just look up Hannah Hawk, right, and some of the stuff that she was doing in the late 19th and, no, probably just like early 20th century. I don't know. Can some of these things inspire the decisions that you make in your desktop portraiture? Shit, probably. Look at that. It looks like a desktop. Right? Oh, freaking frames and windows. Come on. Okay, too good. Anyway, back to the assignment sheet. So Dada, maybe pop artists. Remember the Richard Hamilton interior scene of a home, right? Maybe that would be something that would inspire you to think about a future, some kind of like speculative situation. And then post-internet artists and like kind of wild stuff. I mean, I talked about fried memes this morning in episode 1, but yeah, like that kind of like wildness could come through in these, just depending on what type of images you find and pull up on your windows on your desktop. So that, let me just real quick, is the assignment. It's all right here. I'm just asking for a still image, but if you are interested in making a GIF, right, it'd be pretty simple to take a screenshot and then move a window, take another screenshot, move a window, take a screen. You got it, right? If you want to make an animated GIF, be my guest. And it's pretty straightforward to do it in Photoshop. You just load up an image to each layer and then turn those layers into a frame animation. I included one of those 1 minute Photoshop tutorials if you want to use that. This is about it. I think all the information is here if you all need it. Introduction. Yes, right. So here it all is in the student view, right? For you all, the desktop portrait. Here's how to take a screenshot. Here's how to make a GIF if you are interested in doing that. And then here's some other examples. So Tabita Rosari has some really beautiful stuff going on here. Justin Strawhand, a desktop portrait series that was on Rhizome, and unfortunately those links are broken. It was from 2006. But here is, using icons to create imagery. Dope. And then this is a change in your background to something kind of funky and like all of a sudden exploring the sense of space or non-space. Is it a flat space? Is it a flat 2D space? Or is there some dimensionality within your computer's desktop, right? There's definitely suggestions of it when windows have shadows. But yeah, could you explore some of that and think back about some of the earlier projects that we did thinking about space with shapes? So that is it. Hope that makes sense. And then let me come back really quickly because I want to remind you all, or just kind of give you a warning or a heads up about young Jake's embedded. So you'll have to allow pop-ups to happen. And you hit play, and I swear, like, this is not some spam shit, but it will take over your computer. So get ready for that, okay? So that's young Jake. And then this one's a video borrowing the look of a desktop, kind of like riffing off it. It's sort of abstracted. And then it's mostly an interview with the artist talking about it, but it has clips of the desktop portrait video. So yeah, hopefully you get kind of excited about that. Because look, it's pretty dope. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're about like 15 minutes, so let's cut it, and peace. See you next time. Sorry Beckett wasn't here. And maybe will join us for the next tutorial, or the next iteration of whatever this is. Good luck, y'all.